To Rob, who I believe is with a very special guest ahead of the men's semis.
Well, centre court will have all the attention tomorrow for the men's semi-finals. This time yesterday, Andy Murray was deep in battle against Fernando Verdasco, came through that one. Andy, just tell me how you're feeling ahead of this big semi-final tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Just now, I thought, I made some pretty poor decisions early on in the match, but yeah, I think I'm moving a lot better and playing well. So yeah, I'm just going to have to focus on the match.
Well, of course, it's not Andy Murray, as if we'd have this much access to him 24 hours ahead of a semi-final talking about Verdasco. It's Josh, who has become an internet sensation at the age of 16. He's had about 250,000 hits on YouTube. We've just taken his ESPN lanyard off because he was given VIP. He's been on all the channels. Josh, brilliant impression. He doesn't just do Murray. We're going to hear more from the other impressions in just a moment. How old were you when you first started realising that you could do impressions?
Well, I was about sort of 11 when I started doing Nadal, but I guess it's just sort of escalated from there, really.
And did you pick tennis because you happen to like it? I mean, have you got impressions of other sports, or is tennis where your true talent lies?
I'm a big tennis player. It's my it's a passion for me, and I guess that's why, because I look up to these guys a lot and listen to them a lot. So yeah.
When did you realise you were any good? Because it's one thing horsing around in school in the second form, going, "Oh, guys, I'm going to pretend to be Nadal." But then you move on to a whole nother level when 250,000 people are looking at you on YouTube and when ESPN are asking you to come on their shows live.
Well, yeah, we just sort of, at my tennis academy, we did a video before the fitness session that we did. The guy put it on Facebook, my mate put it on Facebook, and then put it on YouTube and had a lot of success. And I guess that was when I realised that people liked it.
Have you been surprised at how much attention you've received at this year's championship?
It's been crazy. It's been really, really nice, but very surreal, definitely.
Now, presumably, as you're British, Murray, even with the Scottish accent, you speak with an English accent, presumably Murray's fairly straightforward, but learning to speak English with a Serbian twang to do Djokovic is a lot more difficult.
I don't know. I think if you watch these guys enough, it's possible.
Is that how you do it? Do you watch reruns of their interviews and you memorise the type of words and phrases that they use?
I didn't used to, but now it's had a bit more success. Maybe I've sort of felt like I've had to really polish it up. So
listen, you've got to up your game, Tiger. You've gone with 250,000 YouTube hits. It's got to be good. Right, okay. We'll do another couple of questions as if you're Andy going into the to the big semi-final. So Andy, you tipped this big pole to go a long way in the championship. He's a monstrously big guy. He's got a huge serve. Do you think that you're going to be able to contain his power and his raw enthusiasm?
Yeah, obviously he's a great player. He's an unbelievable athlete on the court as well, and it's always going to be tough to play against Jersey. He's just a great mover, and obviously his serve is huge. So I'm going to have to serve really, really well on the court, and yeah, it's going to be tough.
Okay, that's pretty good for Andy. I'm desperate to hear your Djokovic. I don't want to put you under too much pressure. It's going to be a huge match for you, Novak, taking on Del Potro. It's a rerun of your playoff for the Olympic bronze, and of course Del Potro beat you to that one, despite the fact that he'd played a massive semi-final against Federer. He only went down 19-17, but despite that fatigue, he took you on for the bronze and beat you to it. Are you confident that this is your year again at Wimbledon?
Well, of course, it is always very difficult to play here at Wimbledon, and it is a place that is very successful to me. I have had a lot of success here in the past, and I think that my body is in the perfect position here, and I am very excited for the semi-final.
What would it mean for Serbian tennis? Nemanja Vidic was there watching your dismantlement, if you want to call it, of Berdych. You haven't put a foot wrong so far. You're a huge star in Serbia. What would this mean for Serbian tennis if you were to continue cementing your legend with another slam?
Well, of course, it would be incredible, and tennis is the #1 sport in Serbia, which is, of course, incredible for me and then the other guys like Tipsarevic and people like that. So that is, of course, incredible.
Hey, I'll tell you what, put it there, Josh. That is so difficult. We put him under a lot of pressure. Your Novak, I thought, was actually even better than Andy Murray. So there you go. You've met Josh. Watch out for this guy in future. I think he's going to be back, and he could be a big star of the future.